Hey, what's going on, guys? So some big Street Fighter 5 news today. Not just announcements of announcements, but actual reveals and news, which is great. Usually I wait till the morning for these kind of videos, but of course the information is too important. I gotta release this video ASAP. So a lot to talk about here. Character reveals, stages, a battle pass, not a battle pass, but a roadmap, and basically all the information that we're gonna get for Street Fighter 5 for next year and beyond, of course. And I would like to say first that it's nice to be genuinely surprised for once. I mean, we've been getting so many leaks of characters and such for the past couple of years in Street Fighter 5. And you know, we're never really genuinely surprised. There's always some type of information that hints us what's going to go down. But this time it's nice to be like, man, I didn't see that coming. And actually genuinely be like, wow, surprised for once. So that's great. And also it creates a lot of laughs too for the people that that have been saying, we already know which characters are coming out, and it's nice to be like, hey, no, that's not what happened. So Capcom threw us for a loop. So there's also some esports news. I'm going to be focusing more on the actual content, but I'll be going over all the details of that. Capcom also posted some blog posts as well as some additional details on these future characters. So the characters that they have revealed is Dan, Rose, Oro, Akira, and a mystery character for our fifth. These characters will all be coming in the order that I listed. They didn't show any character trailers for these characters because most of them look really unfinished, but they have given some details on why they chose the characters. They're pretty generic reasons, but they didn't really mention specifically the popularity poll. Mostly they seem to pick these characters due to like how they did with the previous characters, of how unique they are and how they fit in the Street Fighter 5 universe pretty much. So we can talk about one character at a time here, and I'll go through the details that they mentioned. So first off, the first character I'll be releasing will be Dan. So as soon as I saw Dan that they revealed it, I'm like, oh shit, the leaks aren't true. The whole tarot card thing is off the table here. So I was like, whoa, okay. So I was like really into it after they announced Dan. So they mentioned that Dan is a good fit for the Street Fighter universe. You'll be hearing that a lot. The character is unique. You'll also be hearing that a lot. That's what they pretty much say about every character. And a great inclusion for a game where characters show off their distinct personalities. So pretty much three things that are all pretty much the same thing. So Dan, another Shoto. We had some hints of Dan with Dan's sister being in the shop, but I mean, there's literally hints of could be possibly any character coming to Street Fighter 5. There's cameos of every character in this game, but somewhat of a hint there. Dan is also related to friends with Sakura and Blanca as well. We see that he still has most of his entire moveset intact in the game. This is actually the only character we had footage of. It's not too good of footage. For some reason, it's all like cam recorded instead of directly captured, which is strange, but looks like they got it like literally last second. Like one of the directors captured it before he left for work or did the live stream. His taunt still seems to be a very core function of his gameplay. We literally see Dan canceling his moves in the taunt. We literally see like a DP FADC into his taunt, which is strange. We also see he still looks like a goofy character. We still see his fireball has next to no range. Still looks like more range than Cage though, actually, I should mention. He still has his Dan kicks. Like I said, a lot of his goofiness seems to have returned. Might even be more goofy this time. Let's hope that he's actually viable. And in the blog post they mentioned, he also comes equipped with several new moves up his sleeves. So we'll be seeing some more moves. They already mentioned one of them. It says Dan's new special move is called Dan Retsuken. And it's a multiple punch attack, which debuted as one of Dan's moves in Ultra Street Fighter 4's Omega mode. Finally, Dan's taunt has evolved, making it much more useful in battle, as we've seen. So they made Dan even more closer to Ryo now with the multi-punch attack, and it looks like you can cancel that into a taunt as well. As for Dan, I mean, it's what Mir mentioned actually in our video. He wanted Dan in the game, so he actually got his wish on that. Dan's not a Rekka character for me, but he'll be an interesting start as a first character to the new Season 5. Like I said, the only thing I'm concerned about is Dan not actually being viable. I know it's important that he's a goofy character, but they can have it both ways. Him being a goofy character and also be tournament viable as well. In before he's stronger than Ryu, that'd be hilarious. And we'll see. Hopefully for all you Dan fans, he looks pretty true to his character. Moving on, a super popular character and an expected character for them to announce is Rose. So they mentioned for Rose, also unique. Considering new moves that will make her more exciting and interesting, they mentioned. she's still in the design phase, so they don't even know themselves, and she'll have her own stage. So one of the first confirmed stages, new stages they'll be having, is a stage for Rose. So that'll be cool. Probably a stage in Italy. And the team also mentioned that they knew Soul Satellite was a popular move for her, which was like, you know, basically what they designed Menot's V-Trigger after. And they say, will it involve bringing it back in the future for Street Fighter V? But then we also have some more blog posts saying that her fighting style was originally designed to have strong anti-projectile and anti-air attacks. Please look forward to how she changed for Street Fighter V and when she's added to the game in the future. We also remember that Soul Satellite was pretty strong back in Street Fighter 4, so please tune in for more information on that as well. So that pretty much confirms that Soul Satellite will be returning in some shape or form. And like I said, Capcom did, when they designed Menot, they purposely tuned her in a way that it wouldn't overlap with Rose as a character, not make her exactly the same. So if Rose was ever released in the game like she is, that she can still have her signature moves such as Soul Satellite, even though Menot does have some of her moves. They also mentioned that she's a fan favorite and highly requested character. Pretty much, I think next in line besides Makoto, Rose is way, way, way up there as a requested character to come to the game. Another thing, so the third character is Oro. This is another character, according to like the rumors and leaks and tarot cards and stuff, Oro was way up there as well. And I think even besides the rumors and leaks, Oro is just such a unique character to add to the game that I think it's just a given that he was going to appear at some point, especially since it's really important to the storyline as well, going from 5 to 3. So they mentioned that they are excited to see Oro in a Street Fighter V art style, which is true. We'd like to see Oro in that 2.5D style because we've only seen him in sprites. They mentioned he's an important character whose story is tied to others, and they mentioned his side story that was posted on the Shadow website. I forgot about that actually. There's a big Oro side story that's been posted on their main CFN website. They mentioned he's unique, once again unique, and he has tricky movements and a supreme moveset, which will be a challenge to implement. Yeah, he is pretty, I wouldn't say wacky, but he is a very unique character, so it will be difficult for them to kind of translate that from how he was in Street Fighter 3 into 5, and still make him with those really unique animations and such. So they also mentioned that he is also bringing a new turtle friend with him. Will it affect his gameplay? You'll find out soon enough. And they weren't kidding, because in the PlayStation blog, they just outright said he's using the turtle. They said you can see both his arms are out in his sketch. One of them is holding a turtle. This is actually a part of Oro's fighting style, as he challenges himself to keep the turtle in his hand balanced during the fight. How will this affect his moves in Street Fighter V? We'll find out soon enough. So, in case you guys don't know, Oro basically fights with one hand tied behind his back, or, you know, tucked in, I guess. He doesn't actually have one arm. It's just that he is just so powerful that he basically wants to challenge himself. And yeah, he fights with only one arm. This time around for Street Fighter V, before he even thinks about doing that in Street Fighter 3, since it takes place afterwards, he's like, I'm just gonna balance this turtle while fighting. So it's basically the same thing, but I would say this is even more challenging to balance a turtle in his hand while fighting. So this will be awesome to see, and I can already tell that Oro is going to be a pretty sick character for Street Fighter V. Okay, now the big one. This one I definitely did not see coming. At least it's not another Neo Shaolin character. At least it's not another Final Fight character. This is technically a guest character, and this is Akira from Rival Schools, which is still the same Street Fighter universe. I mean, I'm not too keen on the Street Fighter lore, but I still consider this a pretty big guest character that I did not see coming. I've seen a lot of people request a Rival Schools character, which is awesome, or a Darkstalkers character, and this is pretty much what we wanted. So they said they considered several other characters, which means they were looking at all the Rival School characters, like which would be the most unique to bring to Street Fighter, and Akira is one of them. She is an acquaintance of Sakura, so Sakura also was a guest character, I believe, and this does make sense, so that they can easily, you know, squeeze her into this game, saying, hey, she knows Sakura, so there's some, you know, something to relate to. It says it's been a long time from her last appearance, and they're excited to work on her. They want to incorporate some kind of Rival School mechanic to her, so I'm assuming air combos, something like that, which would be awesome and unique to the character. They did something like that with Kyosuke in CVS2 as well, give him like a semi air combo, so hopefully they make it something viable and not like a gimmick. And she will also get her own stage, so the second stage confirmed is going to be a stage for Akira, so it's going to be a Rival School stage, which is awesome. They said this will be Akira's first appearance in a Street Fighter game, but it's not her first foray against members of the Street Fighter cast. Akira has previously faced off against Sakura, who appeared as a guest character in rival schools united by fate. So, like I said, I have seen people mention Akira as would be awesome as a character in the game. I know it was a huge long shot, but she's here, which is pretty sick, man. So it's nice that Capcom is finally giving us some guest characters that aren't related to Final Fight, which is great. Too bad it's at the end of Street Fighter V's life cycle, pretty much. Okay, so for the last character mentioned, they said the character is unknown, the mystery character. So the leaks won't help us for this. Is it going to be another guest character? Pretty likely. Another Shoto? They can go for something super popular just to make sure, like, it could be Oni, it could be Evil Ryu, it could be Violent Ken, something along those lines, I'm thinking. Or it could be a character from another Street Fighter title. If it's from 3, then it definitely has to be Makoto. If it's 4, it's got to be C. Viper. If it's 2, it's got to be Fei Long, man. Please, Fei Long. Give me some Rekkas. But honestly, if I were to bet on it, I think Capcom literally just doesn't know. I think they haven't even decided who the 5th character is. Judging by how unfinished these other characters look, I think they haven't even discussed it yet. So we probably won't know, and we won't know for a long time, I'm going to assume. You guys are probably wondering what I mean by a long time, so Capcom also revealed a roadmap. And also, by the way, this is awesome that Capcom is being transparent, again, on what the hell's going on. We don't have to worry about getting announcements on the months coming forward. They just straight up said, these are the characters coming, around when they're coming, what costumes that will be coming, and all of that. So I'm going to go through that with you guys now. So the roadmap is very long. This will be going off through the entire year and next year. So first, we're going to start with Winter 2020. And they also did an option select, by the way. They said subject to change the dates. So they put it in the OS just in case, because they're telling us way ahead of time on what's coming out. So for the roadmap, they start with Winter 2020, and Dan will be the first character coming this year. So they said Dan will be released, and he'll have 4 costumes coming out for him. The CPT stage will also be coming out. And wait, why did they mention a CPT stage? Is he coming with the CPT stage? Because CPT stage is already out. Weird. Anyways, and then they also showed off Sporty Costumes. 3 Sporty Costumes will be coming out. This probably won't be related to Dan. We have the CPT 2021 costumes times 2. So this confirms that CPT 2021 will continue. And so we'll have 2 extra costumes for that. So we'll see which characters they choose for that. Usually it's like fan favorite costumes of that season most of the time. Fan design costumes times 2. So that was that art contest where fans could design their own costume and Capcom could choose. 2 of those will be winning for that. So we'll see which characters they choose for that. And then most importantly, they announced that also coming to Winter 2020 will be a new battle mechanic and new battle balance confirmed. So this actually will be like a new season. So the new balance change is awesome, but we kind of expected that because it's new season. But a new mechanic will be interesting as well. Hopefully it's not something as generic as just a second super. I hope it's something more. Even as a 3rd V skill or a 3rd V trigger, I'd be more happy about. Or something else entirely, right? Something that would shape up and change the game would be sick too, instead of just going with the V system, right? Maybe some type of cancel or combo system would be cool. It'd be a nice, refreshing change for the game for a final season, I think would be awesome. I just hope it's not a second super, honestly. Or something super small, like a second V reversal. I wouldn't like that, but at least that's now confirmed now, so I'm happy about that. And we'll be seeing it real soon since it's Winter 2020. Next thing, Spring 2021. So Rose will be coming out, she'll have 5 costumes, of course. I think 5 costumes is a little too low. I was surprised Capcom didn't say 10 costumes. They gotta catch her up to Chun-Li. They need to get her ready to go because Rose is gonna be insanely popular when she comes out. They also mentioned the Rose stage will be coming with her, of course. And they mentioned they'll be announcing 3 professional costumes coming with the character as well. Now we're in summer 2021. So spring 2021 is bad enough. Now we're already in the summer of 2021. So we're already looking a year ahead now, okay? Because keep in mind, Capcom doesn't mess around when they mention summer, all right? So Oro is coming next summer, okay, with 3 costumes. And then they also mention Akira is also coming as well with Oro with 5 costumes. And then we'll also be getting her stage as well, her rival school stage for Akira. So that's for summer. Now, if it doesn't get any crazier than that, fall 2021. So more than a year from now, the last character will be coming out with 3 costumes. I mean, like I said, this looks so far ahead, they can change this at any point. Then they mentioned CPT stage 2022. 2022! And 3 costumes for 2022 as well. The third probably will be the champion's costume. So I don't know what the hell is going on now. Okay, because there's definitely hints of Street Fighter 6 coming up here at this point. And if they're having a CPT 2022, I don't know what's going on, especially if this is the last season. Are they just going to release this all at once? And then, because they're not going to have a 6th season. They literally said it's the last season, so. And they mentioned a new balance, a battle balance. So that's probably going to be the last patch for Street Fighter 5. And it'll be their last thing. So if you continue to play the game, even after another fighting game is released, this will be the final thing. So that will be interesting as well, but not as important, because I feel like this balance patch coming out will be more important in general. And yeah, so they said actually at the beginning of before they announced all this that they had 3 stages, new stages coming. So if we have Rosa stages and Akira stage, I'm going to assume the 3rd stage will be whatever the last character is. And the stage will be related to the last character. I'm assuming. That's the only thing that really makes sense. Now that we know that this is all coming out within more than a year from now, 3 stages does sound pretty underwhelming if you think about it. But at the same time, like I said, this content wasn't planned, right? Because of certain delays happening behind the scenes, especially with like a lot of rumors on Street Fighter 6 now. There's a lot I want to talk about with Street Fighter 6 and the rumors about it, but we'll probably have to do that in another video. Let's just keep this focused for now. But this gives us more information on that and makes it seem to be true that they are having a little delays going on. Now, if you guys are disappointed on this news, I mean, yes, the characters are all split up. They're all really far apart, and we're not going to be getting a lot of this for a long time. I definitely on the same page, you guys, on that being disappointing. But also at the same time, at least we have the roadmap. At least we know when they're coming. And if you think about it from our previous seasons, this is pretty much the same thing. Dan's going to come out as the first character of Season 5 or Season V. They're going to have a new balance patch. They're going to have a new mechanic coming to the game. And if you think about the previous seasons we've been having recently, this is just as impactful, even though these characters are split apart. Street Fighter 5 always started with the characters coming around 2 months apart from each other. This is a little bit more, but they are going to spread them all out rather than release all 5 at once. This shows that Capcom's trying to buy us time, and we're going to be focusing more on Street Fighter 5 for the rest of the year, especially since Capcom Cup ain't starting until next year. But damn, they weren't kidding when they said a summer update. I just didn't know they meant next year's summer, you know, which is pretty crazy. So yeah, a lot of information here, a lot of stuff to digest. I'm really curious on what you guys think about this information. I know you guys are excited about some of these characters coming out, especially Rose or Oro or Dan, or even Akira with the guest character. But I want to know how you guys feel about this in terms of content. Can you guys survive another year of Street Fighter 5? And will this new mechanic hold us over? Because as great as all this will be, even if they released all 5 characters at once, I still think this would give Street Fighter 5 a life for just a few months, not really a year. But to split it up, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. It really matters how impactful these mechanic and balance changes are for the game. And if the world comes back to normal as well, at least we can have another chance at a good, decent CPT season to watch and watch these pros actually compete and travel around the world. Here's hoping to that. And like I said, we can talk about Street Fighter 6 more in the future. But for now, this is it. Like I said, I'm not too disappointed in terms of them not showing the character trailers and stuff because the new mechanic and balance changes. But that's pretty much all I can say about this, guys. So let me know your comments below. I'll keep you guys in the loop here. I'll have another video for you guys soon talking about this Street Fighter 6 stuff. But for now, yeah, I'll get ready for Dan, and I won't be too overwhelmed here, and I can continue my retro streaming for a little while longer as that comes. So yeah, okay guys, I'm taking off here. See you soon.